Hello. This is welcome to another episode of what game is this? Witch on the Holy Nights
Witch
here
on
on
the Holy
the Sanities
Night.
channel, joined
Yes.
by none other than Sanities himself.
Yes, it's me. Yes. And I
Go on,
have
continue your intro.
and I have Kaylocat. Kaylocat.
Hello. Yes, that's me.
And more Witch on the Holy Night. Okay, let's go.
Right into it. Who the heck is this lady?
Who is this? Uncle blurrily opened her eyes. She lifted her body from the cushions. It's my mother.
Well, I didn't think anybody could look like that edgy.
Damn, bro, she hot. Any woman, damn, bro, she hot. This was no dream or delusion. At some point, a girl had sat down across from her. At the least of surprise, she reached for a teacup. The tea within had gone completely cold. She asked the question to the girl on the other side of the table. The girl answered while lifting her gaze. She got that nun outfit. When silent, she could have been mistaken. What kind of show is it then? It's like a kizaku, like a elite type of clothing, I guess? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it just feels like a very bourgeoisie kind of
I guess
like
so.
French dress or something like that.
She could be mistaken for a beautiful doll. The girl sitting in the opposite sofa was reading an old book. The Bible, by Jesus Christ.
Wait, he didn't even write the Bible.
She had delicate limbs and pale white skin. Not a hint of humanity emanated from her melancholic aura. She had darker hair than Alco, and her icy eyes were focused on the pages just in front of her. Her clothes resembled that of a nun, but are actually her school. Hey, I told you!
Oh, wait, that's a school uniform?
Her school uniform. Alco's humble opinion, the gloominess suited her. She evoked something like out of a painting. There was something unreal about her, after she was frozen in time. The white of her gently arched neck was so lovely that even Alco found herself enchanted by it. The girl was one of the haunted house's 2 residents. Her name was Alice Kunoji. Konoji?
I'll stay at one of these days. And,
Konji. And she was the same age as Alco.
Quick, toggle it to a different language.
Quick, toggle it. I can't read this, probably in kanji. Yep, that's what I thought.
Wait, that's Chinese.
Oh god, where am I? Ah! I'm at the title screen! Where are the options? Options.
Well,
this is the options.
Yeah, you better pull up the. Yeah, you're Chinese. Wait, are those the only 2 languages?
No, there's just Japanese. I just clicked the wrong one.
That would be the one that helps our case.
There you go. This is Japanese. I still can't read it.
Like I said, it's in Chinese.
This is not Chinese, is it?
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Oh.
Yeah, see? There you go.
Kuonji.
Yeah, it's literally exactly as it spells.
Bruh. Kuonji Eris.
Okay. Alright, now switch it back.
Switch it back. I don't know. Why is Chinese like the second next one?
I would say alphabetical order, but that's not even alphabetical order.
E and then C.
This
is the one thing we'll only get for her.
Ah, yes.
The pizza is talking. I ate too much pizza.
This guy ordered pizza like halfway through last episode.
I know. Nah, I ate so much. I'm full. I'm dying inside right now. Alice answered indifferently, not that about Alco, who was now used to it. She looked at the clock on the wall and saw that it was already 7. She'd been asleep for 2 hours. The day had been a rough one for her, and she had slept little that night before. So it was no surprise she had dozed off as long as she had. That's like me!
It's like, now she's not going to sleep tonight.
Damn. She wanna complain.
Wait, so she checked the tea for her that it was cold.
Yep.
She's like, here, let me just take a sip. Oh, it's cold. Puts it back.
Yeah. Alco drank down the rest of the cold tea in one gulp. In the poorly heated Kuonji mansion, there was enough to clear her head and wake up. Damn.
I mean, Can't say I've ever had expensive. Oh no, this was too bad. You got another shot of her.
玉の贅沢もあんた抜きじゃ閉まらないってことかしら。
See, it is Alice.
今日は薬日か天中殺か。ちょっと早いけど、お参りってのも十分ありかもね。
Bruh. Alco shrugged her shoulders as resigning herself to her fate. Stay
それ
night.
で何があったの？
I was gonna say that every single time the word fate pops up.
Yes. After 2 years together, they knew each other quite well. Alco had one way of asking questions, and Alice had another. Alice asked without raising her head, and Alco gave her the details.
まず謝らなくちゃいけない。昨日徹夜で完成させた例のあれ、意味がなくなっちゃったのよ。
Oh, almost bare feet,
ちょ
but
っと
nope,
目を離
socks.
した隙に沸騰しすぎて壊れちゃったみたい。そうならないよう、循環のコードを2、3本外したり、
あー
縫合したりしたんだけど。
Magic.
Classic magic vocabulary.
Alco tried to laugh it off of someone else's problem.
どういうこと？今朝休養が入って学校に呼び出し受けたの。そこで転入生の世話を押し付けられて一日が無残にも消費されちゃって怒る？アリス。別に青子の器物破損にいちいち怒っていたら一生分の口論をすることになるでしょ。代用品はあるからまた一から始めればいいわ。
She never opens her eyes unless like this serious shit happens.
She's
Oh,
like,
never mind, sure,
"Oh,
shit's happening.
never mind." Yeah, so it's like, you literally just called it. Fuck this in.
Alice is very much on point today. It was true that despite outward appearances, Alco's seething with frustration. That aside.
この転入生っていうのがひどくずれててね。
He was a little cotton ball. He was an innocent man.
すごい山奥で
Oh,
暮
he
ら
only
してた
tried
らし
jumping
く
out a
て
window.
こっちの常識が通じないんだから。三問以下って言葉があるけど、あれって本当のことなのね、アリス。
Alice raised her head in response to hearing her name. But Alco kept going on.
Whoa,
before
she raised
she-
her head.
Oh. She can get a word in edgewise. Alco, after all, expected no sympathy in the first place.
初対面から尺に触るやつだったけど、教室を案内した時なんか失神しそうになったわ。そいつ、教室で教師と1対1で授業を受けるもんだと思ってたらしいの。
I would say that would be nice. That would actually be
許
nice.
範囲
That would be
あの
nice.
程度の冗談は。
I would not want one-on-one teaching.
私が簡潔かつ丁寧に教室の何たるかを教えた後で、そいつ
Because that
に
means I
何て言
actually
った
have to
と思う？
participate.
You're so bad. You're such a bad student.
What if I don't want to participate in
You're
class?
so stupid. What if I hate learning?
それで青崎、他の教室は何に使うんだ？ですって。教室に他も何もないでしょ？なんていうか、そいつは少しでも説明を怠るとそのままで納得しちゃうのよ。何も疑問に思わないというか、想像力が欠如してるっていうか、想像することに慣れてないっていうか。
My bro's just innocent.
まあ、一度言ったことはちゃんと分かってるっぽいから、バカってわけじゃないんだけど。
He is an
It's one
idiot.
of those things where it's like when he first comes to class, he is just going to faint from stressing some of these students.
So many people.
みじんたりとも気にしないわよ。けど、明日からどんな間違いをしでかすのか、ちょっと心配なだけ。
He's worried about him.
Exactly. That's exactly what she just said.
Tsundere, tsundere. What she was really worried about was having to clean up after that mess, if it wouldn't happened, bruh. That had to be it. If not, but it means she had no real idea why she could not get him out of his head.
とにかく変なやつなの。案外アリスと気が合うかも。三問一回はいい言葉ね。
But from her eyes, it was clear that the question of whether they would get along was relevant, given that they would never meet in the first place. But there's like 3 more hours in this visual, so probably they will.
Wait, only 3 more hours?
I have no idea, I just gave a random number.
That's what I say. I don't think one like this would be like at least 20 or 30.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 hours. Alco gave a non-committal response.
ところでアリス、さっきから何読んでるの？
霊的進化論の二次創作。スピリチュアルダイアリのまがいもの。
Wow, that is very, that definitely helps us understand what the heck he's reading.
The Bible by Jesus Christ.
ああ、スウェーデンブリー。そんなの今更読んでも仕方ないんじゃない？
You pronounce
聖
that.
書なら退屈だけど、
Swedenborg.
これは偽書だから。
As you can see, Jesus Christ is really good at drawing JoJo characters.
彼の欠点と長所を劇的に褒め上げている。
Hey, maybe that's why JoJo's so
よくできた
successful.
冒険小説のようよ。立ちはだかる秘密組織の名前がカントとか
Kanto.
気が利いているわ。筆跡はあなたのおじいさんのものだけど。
Oh.
へえ、あの人そういう趣味まであったんだ。割とユーモアがあったのね。惜しい人を亡くしたわ。
Yeah, really?
Do you?
Hmm.
Definitely not.
Uncle seemed nostalgic over her now deceased grandfather.
あなたのおじいさん、夏に頼りをくれたけど。
よしてよ。死んだものと考えたいのに。
Oof. Uncle sighed and laid back on the sofa. The soft cushions caved in under her weight.
話は戻
Why
る
is
け
she
ど
so heavy?
Damn, girl, why are you so heavy? Alice shot a glance at Alco. Her body, burned in the sofa, remained as still as a corpse. It was clear Alco had tuned out of the conversation. Alice silently chastised her with a look. The more she thought about it, the less important the events of the day seemed to become. If she just ignored Alice, the conversation would end there. They would eventually get up and leave today's mistake unresolved for another day. However, it's not the kind of person Alco Aozaki was.
いいわよ。何？
She asked, still laying down.
今日できなかったのは少し痛いわね。
Oof.
だから反省してるって。学校優先は一人前になってからでしょ。
Magic.
ならいいけ
Wow.
ど。
The coldness in her voice made Alco gnash her teeth. She knew what Alice wanted to say. You fucking suck.
You're a failure.
She knew better than anyone. The veneer she wore for school was different than the way she lived at home. Oh look, she's red.
She is the one who's killing everybody.
I see. While it could be called hiding in plain sight, Alice thought it was silly. And what the silence told her was,
覚悟を決めろって言いたいのよね、あんたは。
today's failure was not a colossal one. She just happened to upset the delicate balance between her home and school life, choosing one at the expense of the other. Yet that careless mistake was a clear sign of Alco's lack of commitment.
アリスは関係ない。これは私が私で決めなくちゃいけないこと。
Choose a regular life or the mage life.
She's like, be edgy like me or go be a normal kid.
Be a normal edgy kid or a real edgy kid. She had only known for sure for the last year and a half, but she had a hunch for as long as she could remember. Make the choice, and the day will come. It was little wonder that her morals and conscience had been stripped away. Alco pushed herself back up. She was met by Alice's cold-blooded and relentless gaze.
オッケー、アリス。来週中に決着をつけよう。
What are you gonna do?
それでいいんでしょ？
Well,
ええ、青子がいいなら。
Oh.
although she seems like she has plenty of free time.
Oh yeah, she's reading Jesus Christ by the Bible.
Oh yeah, you only read that if you have way too much free time.
Alco could not help but shake her head, feeling like she was hearing something similar for the second time today. I just realized I said Jesus Christ by the Bible.
I mean, I guess you could say the concept that is him is basically because of the Bible.
The Bible by Jesus Christ and Jesus Christ by the Bible. Even in the comfort of her own, she couldn't banish thoughts of that country boy from her mind, and his sweet eyes and his nice six pack.
じゃあ、下準備はよろしくね。私ま
What?
だ
You
でき
checked
ない
the
し
six pack.
How he hides his crotch
場所は例
when
の
he needs to
公
go
園
shit.
妥当な線ね。あ、でももう一件の方は？そっちの方が急務じゃない？
時と場合、森に変化があれば教えるわ。
Yeah, the master
They're
of
really trying
woods.
really hard to tell us as little as possible, huh?
Yes. After that brief exchange, Alice returned her attention to the book on her lap. Shop talk was over. I don't know what that means. Now they
Huh,
can only return
interesting.
to their normal relationship as roommates. Alco grabbed the remote and turned on the TV. Once Alice was busy reading, Alco decided to tune into a variety TV show that had already been started.
Wow.
Alice started to speak, but suddenly cut herself off. She really loves SpongeBob.
Change the channel to Nickelodeon right now.
I want to see Patrick! Okay,
I know it's
alright.
like they changed the channel, but it's on commercial for like the third time.
Ah! One of her delicate hands raised to her mouth. She would always cut herself off the second she realized she was about to see something trivial.
Oh, I thought it said she was going to cut herself.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Like when I read it, and I guess I read it too fast.
Oh my god, this is a whole different novel.
I don't know, it seems to fit.
I guess, yeah. Sometimes her self-restraint will hit too late, and she would make a gesture like the one she was making now. It occurred to Alco that the sound her cute little roommate made just now was very different than the what she blew out in time past. More cuter than ugly.
What?
Nani?
Uncle turned down the volume TV and her tense eyes lit up like a
Wow,
mischievous
she's
cat.
not frowning for once.
Impossible. She was capable of this emotion.
どうということはないんだけど
Dog.
ないんだけど
Let's go. Alice stood away bashfully, not knowing if she'd bring it up or not. It was times like these that her expression carried a real warmth and surprising charm. If you could only see her in this moment, Alice's father would have to admit that her name suited her perfectly. Damn.
Interesting.
今日帰ってくるときおかしなものを見て誰かに話そうと思っていた
Don't tell me he's like that mascot guy.
Was it a kind of lanky guy while running around with a red dress?
Red dress, his abs out, going around, breaking into windows, jumping out of them.
No, he's selling hot dogs by the lake.
He's selling hot dogs while jumping out the windows. Alco nodded, beckoning her to continue.
つまらない本当に意味のないことよ
Mm-hmm.
けどどう考えてもそんなことをする理由がわからない
I wouldn't do it if some guy was doing that.
あ
He's just jumping up.
人間
Man
大
size
きな猫がひょこひょこ出前をする理由ってわかる
He did put a
Oh, he
mascot
turned into
on.
a cat.
He turned
That's
into a
fine.
cat. Cat mascot, delivering meals. Hey, yo, what? And she only had one idea who could have been. For a second, Alco thought
no.
Alice trying to fail miserably to make a joke at. One would think that about anyone really, but she seemed completely serious. Even Alice's sense of humor fell flat for Alco. This story already sounded more fanciful than Alice's usual attempt at jokes. Alco concluded that her roommate was talking about something she'd actually seen.
うーんその話には2つぐらい信じがたい部分があるけど1つずつ論破していい
Let's break it down, shall we?
Break it down.
Let's
私
not!
のからくりぐらいは思いつくからただ理由がわからないから聞いてるのわざわざ精巧な猫のぬいぐるみを着て出前のてんやものを届けに行く
What if he's just like a nice furry, you know? He's trying
簡
to
単かしらね
live life.
Well, if he
難
isn't,
易度以前に
somebody needs to get the
それを
firing
やる人
squad
間
on
の
him.
常識性を疑うけどね私は
Alice nodded tentatively at her words.
まあ世の中いろいろあるから私たちみたいなのもいれば下界から遮断された山奥で暮らしていたやつまで10人トイレよ
Me going to university? There's no telling what kind of freaks are out there.
私だったら
I mean, that's
見かけた
true.
ら声かけて理由を尋ねただろうけど
Alice's gaze drifted out of that.
You're asking me to be social?
触れゆく住宅街にさまよう出前猫か背景が夕焼けだったらファンタジーだったでし
She's
ょ
breaking the fourth wall. She figured out she's in a fantasy story.
で
Oh no.
今日の夕飯どうするせっかく話が出たし私らもてんやものにしようか
If they say pizza, I'm gonna flip this table.
You just get a second helping. You get some virtual pizza and some physical
I'll
pizza.
start throwing up all over the mic.
I
Alco
wonder if that'll
loved...
make if that'll change your audio.
It probably would. It'd probably make it sound way worse. Alco loved getting takeout, and her face glowed as she spoke. They had no hard rules for dinner, but one of them was in the mood to cook. They made it a point to night enough for two. The very worst has been entire weeks without dinner, but the two of them agreed that this was a system that worked best for them. Whether they found cooking to be too much of an effort, or something like ordering out, nights like this one were a common occurrence, much to the chagrin of the restaurants of Misaki Town.
Oh yes, delivery.
Oh god. Lovers to the mansion meant coming all the way to the top of the hill, the source of the disgruntlement. At least hopefully they pay them.
時間は8時前ギリギリセーフね私今月がいいなあそこの月見そば最近ご無沙汰だったし
Are they gonna order from a cat guy?
Hey, he's gonna show up!
circling around?
He's gonna show up, no way. The Hungry Student Council president laid out a snack of takeout menus, found a deck of cards, and sadly scanned for anything that stood out. Alice casually responded without sparing so much as a glance.
悪いけど私夕飯住んでるの
Bro, what?
What?
With those words, Alco froze. All deliveries require a minimum of 2 items, so she was out of luck without an accomplice. Cruel society decided it couldn't be held to delivered to a princess who only orders a single serving of food. Incidentally, to counteract orders from the Philtime Mansion, the restaurant has declared the minimum number of orders will be 3 starting next year. Alco and Alice were still in the dark till this fiendish change in direction.
この裏切り者だから帰ってくるのが遅かったのね。帰宅部、学校までバス徒歩込みで片道20分のあんたがなんで5時以降に帰ってくんのか考えるべきだったわ。
Unfortunately, Alco, she'd been too out of it to remember that she was the one who fell asleep.
ああ、ひどい女。そういう時は残された一人のためにお土産買ってくるのが暗黙の了解だったのに。私だってこの前の外食の時はアリスの分も買ってきたじゃない。
It was unknown how serious Alco was being, but she was visibly angry. She had already woken up hungry that morning, and from the time she was called into school until now, she consumed nothing but tea. A small miracle that her stomach was not growling.
Oh, she has literally not eaten anything the entire day.
And she's a little stick figure. She knew it was her own fault, but she persisted, wanting to get revenge on Alice for scolding her earlier.
この前とあれのこと？あなたが都心に出向いた時、夕食にお寿司を食べてきたのに、お土産はなぜかコンビニエンスストアのビニール袋。
Honestly, I would take that over not getting anything.
That's true. Alco had kicked a hornet's nest.
何よ、買ってこないよりはマシでしょ。
Hey?
真実が時に隠蔽すべきね。
Alice's icy gaze pierced right through her. Alco has certainly crossed the line by going on and on about how the sushi circle ran the restaurant while Alice ate her convenience store meal. But new things fascinated her. She couldn't contain her curiosity towards the conveyor belt sushi shops that started popping up at the time. They were nothing short of miraculous. Uneven honesty can be a sin, given the right circumstances.
わかった。わかりました。じゃあ今回のは前のと帳消しってことでいいわね。
Yes, go starve. Alice went back to her book without so much recognizing the question. The fact that she didn't even confirm made Alco anxious.
So you're not even.
Ooh, stomach.
今日は役だし、おとなしく台所に立って料理の腕を磨くとしましょう。
Oh, damn.
Commence instant ramen.
Yes! Nissin Ramen, now sponsored by Witch on the Holy Night. She stood up, announcing her intent to no one in particular.
あ、聞き忘れてた。アリス、どこで夕食済ませたの？
With the cat. Alice's hand froze on her current page. She suddenly shut the book she was reading and stood up as if at wit's end. She walked across the drawing room with her book in hand. When she reached the door, she stopped and turned towards Oracle.
聞きたい。
No.
まあ、なんとなく。
This girl, I swear. Alco nodded timidly, cowed by Alice's sudden vigor. Alice continued in a matter-of-fact way.
その猫が余ったメニューをくれたのよ。
What? You getting a free stuff?
I was about to say, was it free if it was left over?
And with that brief response, she left the room. I guess someone didn't want their meal? I don't know. Chapter 1 done! Doesn't have to be normal.
Whoa! Wait, that's only one chapter?
That was one chapter! Let's go! We beat chapter 1.
Archive.
I guess we can look back, I guess. I'll save the game.
Yay!
Okay, what's this? I guess we can look back? Oh yeah, we can go back. Wait.
Chapter 1.5. Oh, that's why. We've been going through decimals.
Chapter 1.5. 7 days of spinning. Where did these happen? Are these the future?
Wait,
Hold on. Search for bookmark. Let's go back here.
I was about to say, but I don't think it particularly matters. Let's go back to
All
where
right,
we were, I guess.
let's go. Next episode. You ready? Let's go.
What time are we at?
24 minutes. So you guys, we get
Alright,
a little bit of the new
awkward.
episode. Let's keep going.
Awkward.
Awkward. Chapter 2. The happening of last night.
I forgot what the first chapter was called.
Oh, I forgot either. Oh yes, our favorite sound effect is back.
都会は無理
The city's really strange.
けど慣れれば割と住みやすいとは思う
Yeah.
No, 100%.
And he's like jumping around jungle gyms. He's like parkouring. Oh,
Rooftop
yes.
to rooftop.
Gym P number 1. Gym P number 1. Chojuro sighed listlessly. Looked down at the winter schoolyard below, lost in thought. December was written on the corner of the chalkboard.
Dang, it's been all month.
Damn. 10 days. He cannot believe
Okay, so I
10
guess
days.
it's a time period, I guess.
November to December. Okay, hey, he's almost near us. Christmas time.
They're gonna surpass us.
Yes. Cannot believe 10 days had passed since he transferred to school. The last vestiges of autumn had faded with the change of the month. The trees were all but bare and the ground below them a mat of fallen leaves. The fourth period was classics. An elderly
What
teacher.
the heck does that mean?
I guess it's like history, basically.
I feel like they just call it history at that point.
It's like literature, like focus on literature though. History focus on literature.
Ah,
Because I think
that might do it.
they study on like Japanese history and something like that, and they focus on literature and the Japanese history. I think. I don't know.
Dunno.
An elderly teacher stood at the lectern and rumbled on. When he had finally gotten used to the classroom, he still had a long way to go to get speed to his classes, and he kept trying to jump out the window. Lacking even the basic understanding most students learned in their early scholastic life, it was a battle for Sojo to keep up. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right?
Teacher, what is 3 plus 4?
Teacher, how do I read? We have to start from there. Oh my god.
You see, so this one, this can be read as this and this and this. Oh, this kanji here has 5 different readings. You'll get it in time.
You'll get it in time, don't worry about it. Even he was unable to grasp all the content right away, and at least tried to memorize everything in hope that he could make use of it down the road. He's basically like a foreign student. Which is why losing himself in his thoughts was about the last thing he should have been doing. He would normally chastise himself for daydreaming, but... Man, I really love sweatshirts.
Wait, what?
Troublingly, he was unable to concentrate in class today.
Today specifically.
Today specifically. Totoro could not place the source of his lack of concentration. It could not have been the winter in the city. It was much more milder than that in the mountains. Neither was his part-time job particularly tiring. All he had to do was wear a catsuit around town and cycle from night to morning.
I mean, he's basically the perfect person to do that because he has no sense of how weird that is, I guess.
He was not any more physically fatigued than the average student, so that couldn't be either. Others might conclude that it was because the courses were boring, but that seemed off the mark too. Sojiro did not share his classmates' opinions about their classes. On the contrary, he rather enjoyed his class time. He was grateful, not like all these grateful little kids.
Wow, old man talking in front of the class. This is the greatest entertainment I've ever had.
I know. He has such knowledge. No, his frame of mind was not to blame either. Trying to figure out what was wrong only made him more depressed.
いけない。
Oh
こんな
no.
んじゃ気が散る一方だ。
What made me just so distracted? As he fidgets with his like body, he wants to turn into a werewolf.
Oh no, his arm is like, he's struggling to hold his arm back from reaching towards the window.
Looking out, and then put his arm to his like left eye. Oh, it's coming!
Oh no.
His Junibyo syndrome.
I mean, he has the bandages for it.
That's true. I like how no one has asked him about his bandages. It's like, he scolded himself and turned his attention to the chalkboard. The rhythmic ticks of the chalk were sending him to a slumber. He somehow managed to resist their lullaby. Ah, chalkboard.
Could you imagine chalkboards? I've never actually had a teacher use a chalkboard.
I had one once use it, and that was just to see how the chalkboard would work. Yeah,
The history of school.
Yep.
Here is a chalkboard.
and yet, he was still unable to focus on the class. Sojiro reflected silently, as was his custom, and sighed inwardly.
Don't worry, I'm always bored in literature as well.
You son of a bitch. If all literature was just fate.
I mean, that would actually get a lot of people's attention, for better or for worse.
You tell me King Arthur was a hobby shoujo girl?
Of course. What else would he be?
Yes! Deep down, he knew the real source of his agitation. The events of the previous night were the only thing it could be. Or he's playing custom-made order 3D2 on his VR headset.
Wow, the images are in front of me.
Oh my god. With the chime to signal in the class, the teacher bowed and exited into the hallway. To see him off, 30 or so students all stood up from their desks. The clock, which had seemed to slow dramatically around 11:30, now struck noon. Who's that guy? Is that a main character? He's not black. I mean,
I mean, yeah, he's very colorful for a side character, I will say.
yes. That's what I meant. The tension seemed to fade from all the room at once. The release from a difficult lesson was the start of lunchtime, the highlight of school life.
Highlights of school life, the time where all of us eat lunch
Look at
in
all
the
the
same place, except not.
Yes, you eat in the school bathroom, restroom.
Oh, that's actually sad.
We don't want to wait. We'll eat together in the same stall.
That's even worse. I'd rather just eat on my own at that point.
The Saki High cafeteria was not particularly known for its quality of food. Always said the quality was below that of a private school when unheated, and the same unique flavors appear on the menu each and every day.
Okay, to be fair, well, I've never heard any student that was satisfied with their school lunches.
It's true. It's true.
Because I've always been like, oh, their school lunches are fine, they're pretty good, but everybody else is just like, no, we need to like kick the guy out of office who creates school lunches. I was like, guys, chill.
Thanks, Michelle Obama.
Was it?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's like I forgot what the title was.
What title?
It was like some kind of. It's like they're also in charge of the environment. I think was just some random detail.
I don't know.
Environment, and then also school lunches.
Yeah, I don't know. Private school prices coupled with subpar quality led the majority of students to opt for the box lunches instead.
As should be.
Teachers class 2C was no exception. The boys muscle as many as 10 desks to resemble a long dining table. Versus the girls divided themselves to smaller tables of 2 or 3 desks for practice ease and started chatting with their colleagues.
See, this is what this says. This says the men stand unified while the girls are just like in their own groups fighting amongst themselves.
We need to unify the girls because of union. We need a
well, no, because the guys are the ones unionizing against like everything because they're all single and sad.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is that what it is? I haven't listened to the Pledge of Allegiance since like what?
It's
Middle school at earliest.
I haven't done it in a long time. That came out of me for some reason. Not a single student wasted even a second of their precious differed for both sides differed in method. They shared a common goal. Oh.
Common goal to sustain thy body.
Sojourner was struck dumb by the efficiency of the transformation. And we'll see what else Sojourner does in the next episode because we've hit 32 minutes.
Woo! Alright, thanks you guys for watching.
Yes.
This is on the Sanities channel. We'll see you all later.
Bye bye! Next episode, go!